My name is Alejandro Figueroa, and the subject I decided to talk about is rape. Now, what is rape? Rape is the penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any body part or object, or oral penetration by a sex organ of another person. Now, the FBI began using this gender-neutral definition of rape for statistical methods in 2012. They talk about forcible rape. Now, forcible rape is the carnal knowledge of a person forcibly against his or her own will. The attempts to commit rape by force or threat of force are also included. However, statutory rape without force and other offenses are excluded. Statutory rape is the sexual relations between a minor and an adult. Now, the CDC released its National Intimate Partner in Sexual Violence Survey using data from 2010, which shows 1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men in the U.S. have been raped sometime in their life. Now, this includes force of complete penetration, attempted force penetration, alcohol or drug facilitated penetration. It also shows that 51.1% of female victims of rape are raped by an intimate partner and 40.8% by an acquaintance. Now, there is theoretical perspective on rape. There is the feminist perspective, the psychopathological perspective, and the biological/evolutionary perspective. Now, talking about the feminist perspective first, this views gender as a social construct rather than as a biological given. And they regard it as problematic because of the way they use gender is used to structure social relations and institutions. Rape is viewed as an act of power or domination. Now, socialization patterns, cultural practices, structural arrangements, media images, norms surrounding sexuality, and women's status in society all combine to create a rape culture where both men and women see male aggression as normal. Most feminist thinkers repudiate women are blamed for their own rape by virtue of the fact that males cannot control their sexual desire. Now, the psychopathological perspective is based on two things. 1, rape is a result of idiosyncratic mental disease. 2, it often includes uncontrollable sexual impulses. Now, rape here is connected to the issue of power and anger. Analysis on 348 imprisoned convicted rapists found that 55 reported that the rape was committed to exert power over women. This was labeled as a power rape. These are generally planned out and do not purposely seek to harm the victim. 40% of the attacked with anger, usually impulsive and involved no planning. This was labeled as anger rape. And the last 5% is a combination of both power and anger. These motives, which involve torture, are labeled as sadistic rape. Now, the evolutionary and biological perspective doesn't really identify rape as an adaptation, but it focuses on motives and ends that are conducive to rape. Sexual selection refers to traits that appear to survive not because related to survival, but because they increase the attraction of mates or the defense against competition over mates. Now, this goes under certain typologies, which are 4. Power assertive, power reassurance, anger retaliatory, and anger excitation. Up until the 1970s and 80s, most jurisdictions followed a common law definition of rape, which is the carnal knowledge of a woman, not one's wife, by force against her own will. Now, this was construed very narrowly and specifically did not recognize men as victims, rape within marriage, allow acts of sexual penetration other than vaginal penetration by penis, and did not allow various means of which the force can occur. In 1975, Michigan was the first state which dramatically redefined rape to encompass a broader range of sexually assaultive behaviors, circumstances, and victims. By 1992, all states have made a significant statutory change to the common law to the definition of rape. Now, there is different types of rape. Acquaintance rape, which is the most common scenario of all rapes. These usually occur in context of dating and sometimes referred to as a date rape. Now, these rapes are usually by an intimate partner or a familial friend. The spousal rape, which is the second type, which is a type of rape that happens within marriage. Now, this is usually from husband to wife. Husbands rather rape the wife and then have consensual sex with her. They might prefer consensual sex, but would rape if sex is refused to them. They might also enjoy both rape and consensual sex with their partner. There's also prison rape, which is the physical assault and sexual victimization behind bars. Now, usually inmates who report their sexual orientation as lesbian, gay, bi, or other suffer the highest rates of sexual victimization. Now, many incidents can occur. You have inmate on inmate, staff on inmate, inmate and staff on an inmate. The other type of sexual abuse is child sexual abuse. Now, these are criminal civil offenses which adult engages in sexual activity with a minor, which these go under child molestation, child sexual exploitation, commercial sexual exploitation of children. Child molestation Research and Prevention Institute report that 2 out of 10 girls and 1 out of 14 guys under 14 have been sexually assaulted. That is the topic I talked about. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.